Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kathy and this is the Metaphysical Base. Today I want to talk about something that is real, that is raw, that is important. If you have ever been spiritually attacked, or if you have also been dealing with generational blockages and you want to know what it takes to break free from these ties, you are in the right place. And today this is what I'm going to talk about. A lot of things in families are not discussed out of shame, out of religious, that are hidden under religious beliefs. I want to talk about this without any gimmicks and without any fear, but with power and real ancestral power. Whether you're Black, whether you're white, whether you're Asian, there are blockages that can exist within the family lineage, the ancestral lineage. And sometimes it doesn't have to be because, you made a pact with the devil, or a family or a great grandparent or an ancestor made a pact with the devil, and now you're suffering the consequences of that, so-called pact. A lot of times it's energetic. And because energy is transferred through the umbilical cord, so oftentimes the maternal lineage is what is often affected by these energies. So it could be something like a rape that created this ripple effect, like a trauma, or a lie that probably created a chaos, within the family lineage. It could be murder. It could be any type of really thing that is considered negative and that leaves this sort of shame, this sort of shadow. It almost casts a spell, and it just, lingers within the family lineage. Now, one thing I want you to understand about that, and I know that I started a little bit, all over the place here, but bear with me and I'll explain myself, and I want to make the video quick to explain to you. I had myself, I had to go dig very deep within my ancestral line to see where the blockages were coming from. Many families don't believe in these things because of religious beliefs. In yogic traditions, for instance, karma is a very real thing. And even in Kabbalah traditions, they talk about karma. And if you go even in Catholicism or Christianity, they let you know that whatever you do can create sort of like a karmic debt. They don't call it karmic debt, but within generations, even in the Bible, it says that, to the fourth generation, you can pay for something, your generation could be cursed. It could simply be, a misalignment within the lineage that can create a ripple effect. And sometimes what happens is that it can skip certain generations and it can affect the unlucky ones, and what are the signs that you see in families that they'll tell you? What would be the signs? The signs would be like, a lot of untimely death, a lot of, blockages when it comes to the flow of money, jobs not lending, opportunities not lending, accidents, the women are not getting married, no children, stuff like that. So when you see those repeated patterns, it's because there's like a family blockage, just an ancestral or generational blockages that are causing these things, and the energies are lingering around. And sometimes you would be the one to suffer these consequences, and you're wondering, okay, whatever that I do in my past life is making me, so unlucky. You're not lucky with men, and stuff like that. And they are stored within the nervous system. They become almost like a genetic thing. It's unconscious. You don't even know that you are reenacting whatever your ancestors did or went through. They might have gone through so much trauma, and you were born with that embedded in your DNA, and you're reenacting these things, and then that becomes your reality, because reality happens within the brain first. So if that is like encoded in your DNA, this is what you're experiencing. Like I said, it doesn't happen to every single person in the family, but you will find a few that, if you really pay attention to their life path, it's chaotic, it's in disarray because there's a misalignment. Listen, even a river for the river to flow properly, there cannot be any blockages. The moment that there are blockages within that flow, obviously it misses the path that it needs to go to. So it shifts somewhere else, left or right. It doesn't continue in this sort of like straight path that was created for it. So it's the same thing for us. We have a divine, a divinely orchestrated path that the creator has, bestowed upon all of us. And yes, it could be different for everybody. Unfortunately, what happens is that something comes in between and blocks the path, and then you are derouted. It's like a GPS that's supposed to lead you to a certain address, and something happens, like a glitch or something like that, you take the wrong turn, and then you miss the destination, you miss the direction, something like that. It's the same thing when you are sick. It's because there's a misalignment within your body. And yogic tradition talks about the chakra system. So if one chakra is blocked, then there is something is not flowing. Your sacral chakra, for instance, when it's blocked, maybe you have a fear, a trauma that is probably not coming from you directly, from generations before, your mother, your father, or whatnot, and then money is not able to flow. So until you clear the chakra points, then you start receiving downloads, you start receiving messages and opportunities, and opportunities, they come to you effortlessly. And this is what the creator designed us to live as, for everything to be just effortless, to be easy, and Abraham Hicks talk about the everything, being at ease with everything, where everything flows. So when the water, is coming out of the faucet, if there's any blockages, it doesn't flow as easily as it needs to. So it's the same thing within our lives. A lot of Black people of African descent, they suffer a lot of generational blockages because they've gone through so much trauma. If you do not learn how to break free from these blockages to allow flow, you will continue to relive, the same patterns of your grandparents, great-grandparents, your ancestors, and so on. Now, what needs to happen is a lot of forgiveness, a lot of restoration, a lot of reparation, both physically and energetically speaking. So I'm going to go over, these things with you, because this is the work that I had to go on a hiatus for. I had to really go look into my DNA blueprint, my past lives, and see where the blockages were, and also go into my family lineage and understand what happened in the past that caused certain blockages within my life, some other family members as well. But I was mostly paying attention to myself, and I hope this video is going to resonate with you deeply. And I started doing work with the high priest, who's initiated, obviously, for at least 4 years, okay, that I've been working with him to understand things. He's a gifted man. He's an older man. And I have also helped many clients get rid of blockages themselves. And I'm currently working with somebody that is going through the same, ancestral, let's say, decluttering. And I'm serving as a sort of like a case manager, when it comes to like ancestral liberation. I would say that, and even beyond. So I'm coaching in that regards because I went through it. What led me to that, it was first the spiritual attack that I experienced when I lived in Haiti, when I was doing business in Haiti, that led me into the path of like, doing real woodwork and ancestral work and energetic work. So I delved deeply into that realm because I wanted to get rid of these attacks, and I needed to understand the work that I needed to do. I had a lot of work to do in order to build my spirit and make my spirit strong. I learned a lot of things. I sat down with a lot of practitioners. I learned from them, and I applied what I felt like spoke to my soul. And there's a lot of things that worked for me. And little by little, I was like started sharing with other people like spiritual bath rituals that you could do to help liberate yourself from certain trauma and open up your chakras, and communicate with the spirit realm, and have your ancestors bring you messages through your dreams and stuff like that. So there's a lot of things that you can learn with me. I can coach you through, and this is honestly, I know a lot of people are on YouTube talking about these things, but until I had to do the work myself, I had no idea what it really meant. And this is also coming from somebody who's experienced so much, and not only spiritual attacks, and generational blockages that I was dealing with, not understanding where they were coming from. I just thought, I was like, oh my God, I'm not lucky, or whatever. But the Creator doesn't make any mistake, guys. It's a man-made thing, and a lot of times it's done unknowingly. It's done because of lack of knowledge. The rich, I'm going to say this, and then I'm going to move into what this video is truly about. The rich, they understand this. This is why everything they do it in alignment. Okay? They work with astrologers. They work with spiritually gifted people. They work with, whether it's in Freemasonry, they know, and they go in Kabbalah as well. That's why you see celebrities working with, they always go into Kabbalah, because they need to understand, in order to move in this world and be successful and live through their authenticity. And by the way, this is how the universe rewards you. When you are authentic, you are living within your gift. You are giving your gift. When you are living through that, and you are giving your gift as a form of service, and then you get rewarded for that. But many of us go through life not realizing what our gifts are. We don't know what our purpose is. Why are we here? What are we doing here? Is there something we're supposed to give? Is there something that we're supposed to do or receive? So we have no idea. So that they can understand how to move through life, because everything is discipline. Even in magic, there's a discipline. Everything, okay? If there's a misalignment, then you miss the mark, and then it creates suffering. So in order to avoid that, they go in and consult with these people that have those those higher sort of like knowledge, esoteric spirituality and so on, so that they can live their authentic purpose. And then they get rewarded. They make the money. They'll live a really good life, a rich life, a healthy life, because there needs to be balance and alignment. And you have to find that. And sometimes you have to go through generations back to correct these, misalignments, so that you can finally enjoy the what the Creator really wanted for us. Happiness, joy, blessings, abundance, prosperity, and all of that. Okay. So what I've always talked about: manifestation, energy, your power, and stuff like that. This is the year of your breakthrough. I'm telling you, if you feel within your bones that something is bigger than you, that is hovering over your head, and you don't know why, there's so many blockages, no matter what you do, because I went through that. Oh my God. When I tell you I went through that. So, I want you to reach out. Like I said, reach out to me. And right now, I only take on me a small number of clients, because it's heavy work, okay, to literally unblock generational stuff. And no matter how many times you pray, no matter how many times you hit your head with a Bible, it's not going to work out, guys. It's bigger than that. It's bigger than that. You can still pray. I'm not saying not to pray. You can still read your psalm, but it's bigger than that. You need somebody that can put their hands on fire for you. And it has to be somebody who's initiated in that. And the old man in Haiti, who's not doing any YouTube video, I only know of him because I met him, me, myself. I had to go see him for him to remove whatever was pending over me. And then even after that, I still had work to do. It took me even longer. Now that I put everything together, I can offer you that, so that you don't keep suffering for no freaking reason, because nobody's going to tell you. No school's going to tell you this. No therapist can tell you how to get rid of this shit. It's like sticking to you, and you don't know why, but you feel within yourself that something is freaking grabbing a hold of you, and you're suffocating. And only that type of work, ancestral work, can get rid of that shit. Because it's not your fault, and sometimes it was not even the fault of their generations before. It's just the lack of knowledge. They're never going to tell you. They want you to stay there dependent on the system. Because the moment you become independent, you're too much for them. They cannot control you. Okay, you have to understand what I'm saying. I know this, it's probably sounding all over the place, but if you take a moment and reach out to me, we can get to go over these things. I've worked with people before through this old man that was able to clear years, generations of trauma, of shame, of fear, of guilt, of blockages, releasing them, turning their life around, restoring your luck, your health, your money flow. This is serious business. This is no joke. So you're going to either DM me or send me a message or reach out to me in my email and let me know. Like I said, I only take a small number of people. I can't handle. It's a lot of energy to deal with, and I cannot deal with that. And him himself, he also doesn't work on certain days. There are days of the week that he works. There are days of the week he doesn't work. All right. This is the year we break the chains, guys. We don't need to, you don't need to suffer spiritually. And like I said, there's nothing in this world that you're going to do that requires more work than you becoming spiritually strong. It doesn't matter. The moment you become spiritually strong, everything is going to fall into place. So you can manifest like that. I decided, you know what? I want to make 30 grand this month. And it's happened. I just spoke it. And it just, and by the way, your mind, your mouth, your heart, they create an electromagnet. They are creators. Your mind is a creator. Your mouth is a creator. Your heart is a creator. And then it builds around you this electromagnetic field that makes you the god of your reality. The electromagnetic field around you is your reality. And you are the god of it. You are the creator of it. And you have to mind what you think, what you say, and what you feel in your heart. Because this is how you create. So the moment you own that reality, then you can, whatever you say, whatever you do, it just happens for you. Things fall into place. They come out of nowhere. Doors open for you left and right. Forget about you need to do this to manifest. You need to own your reality. That electromagnetic field that you create is what you need to be in control of. And then the quantum field will participate by bringing you things that they need, you need. And then there are parallel realities of yourself. All you have to do is pick and say, okay, I want that reality. And then it just comes within your electromagnetic field. I don't know what's going on with me in that word today. So you are not crazy. You are being called. You're not crazy. Don't listen to anybody that's saying that you're crazy. Don't listen to anybody that says this is fluff. They don't know anything. Okay, this is a lot of people are doing new age stuff. And what I'm talking about here is coming from ancestral healing. Okay, I mentioned Joe Dispenza, who talks about, a disease is like a misalignment, of your chakra points or whatever he says. It's a fact, he's using science to go into ancient, spirituality, which we have, and this is why I'm so mad about, I'm so mad with Haitians and Haiti that are they're destroying the country the way they are. And they're destroying all the secrets, so many secrets that they have, the people that live in the countryside. This is where this old man is from. So many secrets they have. They could do anything. They can transform any issue. But then, they're chasing something that the Western world is making you believe that, this is where the the true wealth, is, when it's not. So, the true wealth is really in having a strong spirit and really being able to manipulate energy. It's being able to understand the elements of the universe and make them work for you. The spirits, they're like children. You tell them to go do something for you, they do it for you. Could use it for good, not for bad, right? That's the difference. So when you start owning that, the angels, the spirits, the ancestors, they work for you. They are at your service. Money is at your service. Money will be like, what do you want me to do for you? Because it's an energy and you can manipulate that. Then you can own reality. You can own anything. They don't want you to know that because obviously these are this is the type of knowledge that has been reserved for high priest people. And I've sat down with all kinds of people, guys. When I tell you, And I'm glad that I did it. And I say fuck it to people that, that know me and say, oh my God, what the fuck is she talking about now? What is she talking about? I don't give a shit anymore. And I used to, and now I'm like, I don't give a shit. I'm not going to like, you know, um, like hide my voice, just because to fall into, the norm. I don't want to do that. My family, they're very religious. This that I'm talking about, it's like they will look at me like I'm crazy. But I don't give a shit anymore, I'm working on building my business. Maison Chandelle for me is like legacy. It's history, and King Henry meant a lot for me. Like when I look at the vision that he had for the north of Haiti, he built a palace. He wanted royalty to reflect that of the Caribbean after Haiti won its independence. And I don't want, his, name to go forgotten anymore. And I'm bringing him back, through the phoenix. And I use the phoenix because the phoenix is a symbol of rebirth, of renaissance, So anyways, guys, this is your life. God gave it to you. You have to own it. Own that. Forget what people are saying. Go into the roots of you, of yourself. I don't care if you're white, black, or whatever. It's meant for all of us. We're not that separate like they want us to believe. We are one mind, one consciousness going through this, but you need to have the knowledge. You have to have it. And you have to make it your business. I think I've said enough in this video. Sorry if I was all over the place, but thank you for watching. For watching. If you made it till the end, I don't know what's going on with me today. Thank you for watching, and subscribe, like, share this if you can. Like I said, reach out. I'm available to answer your questions. All right. And if you choose to do work through what I just said to you, to remove blockages, to go and do the ancestral and generational work that you need to do to restore the energies and align the energies within your family lineage, starting with you, because you're going to be the one doing that, then, I'm here to coach you. I'm here to guide you. And I'm your spiritual strategist and your partner in freedom, that, ancestral liberation. And I will look at the case and I will see if there's something that we can help you with. And then we're going to do the work with the old man in Haiti. Obviously there are prices, he has his price and I have my price, but we get to talk about that. I'm not going to put anything like that here. You can reach out to me and we'll talk about it. All right. God bless you and let's continue to prosper. Take care, guys.